Has the real estate market stalled? Talking to my buyers, talking to my title rep, seems that the market has slowed down just a tad bit. It's absolutely true. Remember, I'm talking about supply and demand's actually coming down. So this might be a good time to look at purchasing a house if it's something you're interested in doing. Right here, Scotsman Guide, a mortgage magazine, has this article saying sudden spike in interest rates last week caused mortgage demand to dip. We saw a pretty big dip, 8.5% in demand last week. The Fed comes out and says tariffs are bad for inflation and the economy. All of a sudden, everybody's freaking out and saying, should I buy a house now? Can I afford a house? What happens if I get laid off? What happens if the world falls apart? This is when you make money. The purchase of a house is where you make the money, right? You buy on the dips. When the market stalls or goes down a little bit, this is the time to do it because more people go back on the fence to watch and see what happens. Same thing last week when the stock market crashed. I bought some stock and I knew it was coming back up. It will come back up. It's just an eventuality. Could be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. That's money that I have to wait, not money I need to live off. Here it says the economic uncertainty, the current volatility of rates is likely to make at least some prospective buyers more hesitant to move forward with a purchase. Yeah, people go back on the fence. It's absolutely normal to see that kind of stuff. It's good news if you're in the home buying world right now. If you've been waiting for 5 years, you've already missed the boat. The market is not going to collapse down to 5 years ago pricing. It's not. It's just not. It's not going to go back to 2008. You cannot buy a house in San Jose for $480,000 today, unless we see an economic turmoil like we did in 2008. I don't think that's going to happen though, but don't listen to me. I'm not an expert in the economy. I'm a supply chain guy. I understand economics. So 30-year jumbo, 7.03. Last week was the exact same number. $2 million house, $400,000 down, 30-year fixed, excellent credit score. You're buying a point, dropping it down to 6.5%. That's not bad. That's going to be the new normal. 5.5 to 6.5 is the new normal. If you buy a point, it shouldn't really affect your decision. If you're FHA, you can ask the seller to help you out, especially if you have a house that's been on market for 30 plus days. Then the market is more willing to work with you, the seller, most often. But don't fall in love with the house, right? This is a great house. Listed at $2 million. This is what you get in San Jose for $2 million. This is Santa Clara County, $2 million. Not my listing. 5-bedroom, 3-bath, Blossom Valley, right down the street. This backs into my kids' high school, right? That's the reason why it's taking a little bit longer for it. This is 2,500 square feet. And if you look at the map, this is where it is, and that's where Santa Teresa High School is. So guess what you get to see? You get to see football lights. You get to see the crowds, hear the crowds cheering whenever they have a football game, which is like 6 times a year. They have the band practicing all weekend or all summer. During band season, it's loud. I live here, and when I'm at the park, I can hear the band. I like it because my kids were in band. I loved hearing it. When I'm walking my dogs, I can hear them playing, and it was nice. But I'll tell you what, you will hear this for a few weeks, a few months, and it might drive you nuts. So that's what you get for $2 million in San Jose. It's the only $2 million house in Blossom Valley right now. The rest is Cambrian, Almaden, Willow Glen, and south or west of Santa 17. And yeah, you get these ones here, right? This one Masterson, 3-bedroom, and it's in the Silver Creek complex. So you get a lot of different options there. What you get for $1 million is Lone Bluff, not my listing, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,128 square feet, built in 1961. And I want to tell you that this is a flip, but I can't tell you 100%. Lone Bluff Way, by the way, is right across the street from the golf course there. I can't remember, Coyote Creek. No, it's not Coyote Creeks, but this is a golf course. There's speculation that they're going to close this one down because it's owned by the city and turn it into residential. So if you do buy this house, your house might go up in value after the dust settles. If they do close this down and develop, it's going on a whole new issue for you, which is a lot of dust. Let's take a look inside here real quick. This one's flipped. You can see the paneling, the laminate flooring. This is nice. It's 3 bedrooms. Cozy, right? $1 million. And speaking of, you're right by the golf course, so your backyard is just a bunch of poles. So that might be a while for that one to sell. This one's been on market 7 days. I think it'll sell though. Nothing else has changed here because this is by the month. Once we're done with April, we'll see. We're going to see the months of inventory climb just a little bit over the next couple months because it's the summer months.